Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Mental Mondays on Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys checking today's video out. And if it's your first time to the channel here, or your first time on Mental Mondays, this is something we do once a week that doesn't really have anything to do about fishing. It's usually something to sort of stretch your mind a little bit and maybe help some people out down the road that need some help there. So welcome everybody if you're a regular or first time viewer there. Guys, today we're going to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about quite a bit here lately, and that is the importance of thinking before you speak. And this is something that I don't know anyone out there that hasn't experienced this, as far as the problems that occur when you talk before you think, before you say something before thinking about it. It is an extremely easy way to get in trouble or to create problems for yourself. So we're going to get into that a little bit. First of all, I think it's almost like it's just sort of part of human nature, because this affects everybody. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a little kid or if you're super old or in between. I don't know anyone that has mastered the art of really thinking before you speak completely. I think some of us, maybe, practice a little bit more than others, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to get sucked into that, that habit. It's not really a habit, but it's sucked into that natural instinct to react upon something immediately when something offends you or something you're passionate about or something irritates you. We always want to just to blurt something out. And rarely does that go good. I mean, it doesn't matter what the topic is. It can be, and it doesn't matter who it is. Like I said, it can be a little kid. It can be somebody's boss. It can be, your mom, your dad, son, relative, politician, whatever. We've all seen it, and we've all seen the effects of what it does in there. And I think a lot of this, it's been going on forever, but it's really becoming more rampant in the age of social media, because social media makes it really, really easy to say something before you think about what you're going to say, because you're in the safety of your own home and you don't have to deal with any immediate fallout of it. And it's very tempting to, when you read something on social media and something you don't agree with, to make a response to it and then maybe think about it a little bit more and say, man, I probably shouldn't have said that. So one of the things you can do, it's sort of like an exercise, and believe me, I fell into it too. I've been just like I'm as guilty as anyone out there about it, but I really try to become more aware of it as I get older. But the main thing, it's like if you're exposed to something that irritates you or makes you mad or angry or excited or passionate or whatever like that, it's a really good practice, and it's a really good discipline. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's anything that elicits an immediate response or emotion from you guys, just step back and take a deep breath and just chill out for a little bit. Think about what you want to say. Think about how you want to say it. Think about the effects that it's going to have on yourself and other people by making that suggestion. And then after you give yourself a little cooling off period and run those scenarios by in your mind, if you still want to approach it from that particular manner, usually sometimes it's the right thing to do, because sometimes it's like we have to say things that we know are going to be a little bit harsh. We know they're going to be a little controversial. We know they're going to maybe hurt some feelings, but sometimes they need to be said after you've thought about everything, and sometimes they don't. I mean, it's sort of like the old adage that you really have to, choose your fights wisely. That is so true, guys, in every aspect of life, because some things out there, it's just easier said, left, not saying anything. I mean, one of the things that I know I can say from my own experience, being in the social media world, was back when I first started like using Facebook before YouTube or anything like that. One of the first things that I did, and what a lot of people did, is if somebody made some type of a post that you didn't agree with or whatever, I'd make a comment on it. It was just like a natural inclination, and it got myself in trouble several times doing that. So I learned the hard way. It's like when something elicits a response to you, like I said, you've got to really discern and approach it from a third party perspective, a rational level a little bit more. And it is a discipline to do that. And I don't think a lot of people are real disciplined upon that, because there's, I know it's worked for me as far as how this works, because if, say, for example, if I'm reading through some social media stuff or I see comments or whatever, I could literally, guys, I could spend all day long making negative comments about, stuff I didn't agree with. But I rarely do anymore. I rarely comment at all unless it's something that I just don't think is right whatsoever. And I don't see a lot of people doing that anymore. It's like, I can tell you from being in the YouTube genre and all this type of stuff out there, there is still a bunch of people that they don't have any filter, and they say exactly what's on the top of their mind. Some people come back and realize that it's a mistake for doing that. But ultimately, guys, here's the thing about it. If you say something that is offensive in whatever manner, it can be mildly offensive or distasteful, or there's tons of levels to offensiveness. If somebody says that to you and then realizes they've made a mistake and they come back with an apology, accept the apology. Be the bigger person out there, because I think if people would give other people second chances more, and I don't mean being an unconditional doormat, but we all make mistakes. I don't know a single person out there, even some of the most intelligent, sharp people I know, we all make mistakes in that area. And I think that we just sort of have to be patient with everybody, have a little bit of a thick skin, don't get offended, and if they do say something wrong, just forgive them about it and move on. I mean, it's not a big deal out there. Some people have the ability to do that, and some people don't have the ability to do that. But I tell you one thing about it, it's more rampant than what you think out there. I got thinking about it, and about just after I wanted to do this topic for this YouTube video, I got thinking about it, and it's like, there are so many examples I see of this every day, and there are so many times where I have to bite my own tongue on certain things out there, because if we just said everything that was on our mind, it's like everybody would hate everybody. I mean, there's certain things that are better left unsaid, and like I said, it all goes back to your choosing your battles wisely. So that's just something that comes with life experience a little bit. I think a lot of it is tied into personality. Some people are just a little bit more, they're introverted. Some people are more extroverted, but ultimately it doesn't hurt anybody out there. Just, before you say something, just think about it, analyze it. And, after you've cooled off a little bit, then you can make a lot better decisions. So hope it helps out. Talk later.